Hello dear students, welcome to CBSE Minds. In today's video, we'll be talking about the difference between a state and a union territory and also the reason why a union territory is formed at all. So let's move ahead. See, post-independence, India was divided into 29 states, clear? And these 29 states were grouped into 4 categories as Part A, Part B, Part C and Part D states. This is how the states were grouped into these 4 categories post India's independence, clear? And you can see on the screen over here, under Part A states, it consisted of all the former governors provinces of the British India. Under Part B, the former princely states which had legislatures. Part C states all the former chief commissioners provinces and also some former princely states, and Part D consisted of only Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which was administered by a lieutenant governor. Now see, on this slide you can see how these 29 states were grouped under Part A, Part B, Part C and Part D. You can see that under Part D it consists of only one state, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the only state under Part D, clear? And then under Part C you have got certain chief commissioners provinces like Ajmer, Coorg, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh. These were chief commissioners provinces, clear? And then Part A consisted of the governors provinces and Part D the princely states. This is how it was divided. Now what happened? The people of India started demanding to reorganize the states, and they demanded that the states should be reorganized on linguistic basis. Linguistic means on the basis of language, clear? So ultimately the government of India was forced to amend the constitution, clear? And thereby States Reorganization Act of 1956 was enacted. Now through this act, all the states of India, you can say there was a major overhaul of the states, and then 14 states and 6 union territories were formed. So this was the first time that union territory was created in India, clear? So always remember that in 1956, after the passage of the States Reorganization Act, India was divided into 14 states and 6 union territories. Now after 1956, there were again many states which were being formed every now and then at last we were having 29 states and 7 union territories. But that was not the end of it. Again there were certain changes, like in the case of Jammu and Kashmir, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was made a union territory, clear? It was the special status of Jammu and Kashmir was revoked, clear? And the complete state, the entire state was divided into 2 union territories, and the 2 union territories are named as number 1 Jammu and Kashmir, number 2 Ladakh. So at present we are having 28 states and 8 union territories. Now on this slide we'll be looking at the difference between a state and a union territory. See, first point, a state is an independent unit which is separate from the central government. On the other hand, talking about union territory, it is not separate from the central government, but it is controlled by the central government. The central government has got exclusive control over a particular union territory. Second point, the states are having their own legislative assemblies, but on the other hand the union territories don't have their separate legislative assemblies, clear? However, there are certain exceptions, like in the case of Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir. These 3 union territories, they have their own legislative assemblies as well. Third point, every state has got a chief minister. On the other hand, every union territory has a lieutenant governor who acts as an administrator. Next, it has a separate government. We all know that state governments are separate from the central government, clear? On the other hand, talking about union territory, it is ruled by the central government. Point number 5, the states have got representation in the Rajya Sabha, but talking about the union territories, they don't have representation in the Rajya Sabha. But again, I would like to remind you that there are certain exceptions over here as well. Like for example, in the case of Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir, these 3 union territories are having representation in the Rajya Sabha as well, clear? Next point, every state has got a governor. On the other hand, these they don't have any governors, but they have lieutenant governors, clear? And finally, the factual data, presently in India we are having 28 states and 8 union territories. Now see, on this map of India you can see the location of the 8 union territories. Clear? You can see that the state of Jammu and Kashmir over here, the state of Jammu and Kashmir is divided into two union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Clear? So these two UTs have been formed from the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Then you have got Delhi, Chandigarh, and then you can see over here Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Clear? Now see, earlier they were different, but now they have been merged. Now there is only one UT which is known as Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Then you have got Lakshadweep over here. Then you have got Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the 8 union territories of India. But the next very important question is, why at all are union territories created or formed? Clear? So we have got different reasons for it. Let's look at some of the reasons. Point number 1, except for Delhi, union territories have very less population. Clear? Apart from Delhi, because Delhi is having a very huge population. Clear? The rest of the union territories are having less population, and also the area is very less as compared to a state. Clear? So what are the reasons behind this? The reasons are that the UTs are areas where the population is very less, and then also the area is very small. Clear? And therefore it is too small to be independent and are administered by the union government. Like talking about area, we can say like Delhi also is a huge area apart from the huge population that it has. Clear? Jammu and Kashmir, again, it's a very big area. Clear? But the population is less over there. And Puducherry also is having a different reason altogether because of its history. We'll look into that point in the next point. Clear? Next point, see over here. Many of the union territories have a different culture than their surrounding states, as they were earlier under the rule of the Portuguese, as in the case of Daman and Diu, and French in the case of Puducherry. Hence these union territories cannot be merged with the surrounding states. Clear? So because of the cultural differences, clear, because of the cultural history which they have, they are not merged with the surrounding states, rather they are made a separate territory known as union territory, which is administered directly by the government of India. Clear? Next point, talking about Delhi. See, now in the case of Delhi, Delhi is a very special case because Delhi is the capital of India, and we all know that in Delhi we have got all the important offices of India, the residences of so many important people. Clear? Apart from that, Delhi also houses the embassies of so many countries. So because of these reasons, Delhi could not be made a complete state. That is why it is made a union territory. However, Delhi still has got lots of freedom when we compare with other union territories, but still it is not a full-fledged state. It is a, you can say, Delhi has been given a partial statehood, but not complete statehood. Clear? Talking about Chandigarh, now Chandigarh is the capital of both Haryana and Punjab. That is why it is made a union territory. Now looking at the other cases, in the case of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, now these are located very far from the mainland India, and they are strategically very important to India, and in case of any emergency, the Indian government can directly act over there. Clear? Like you can see on the map over here, in the case of Lakshadweep and in the case of Andaman Nicobar Islands. Clear? Now see, these are very far away from mainland India, as you can see on the map. Clear? So they have to be controlled by the central government, because in case of any kind of external aggression or attack, it becomes very important from the strategic point of view. Clear? That is why it is made a union territory. Also in the case of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, this is also made union territory. Why? Because of its strategic location. You have got Pakistan on the you can say on the left hand side, on top you have got China. Clear? So you know, because of the differences that we have with these two countries, it becomes very important for us to to administer these regions directly by the central government. We cannot make a state over there, because that will be a compromise on the national security. So these are the important reasons why union territories are created. Now we'll look at certain facts on union territories. See, in 2020, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, clear? Initially they were separate. Dadra and Nagar Haveli one union territory, and then Daman and Diu was a separate union territory. But in 2020 they were merged into a single union territory, and this is known as Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. So the complete name is for the entire union territory. Clear? Now, as per Article 239, the President of India is the Chief Administrator of the Union Territories. This is a very important point. Now see your next factual data over here. 3 union territories have legislative assemblies, as I have already discussed earlier. In the case of Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir, these are the only 3 union territories which are having separate legislative assemblies. Clear? Next, 3 union territories have representation in Rajya Sabha as well. That is Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir, and you can see in the case of Delhi they are having 3 representations, in the case of Puducherry 1 representation, in the case of Jammu and Kashmir 4 representation. Clear? Ladakh does not have representation in the Rajya Sabha. Clear? Next point, on 5th of August 2019, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was divided into 2 union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. We have already seen this point earlier. Now we'll look at certain factual data about things about Puducherry. Now see, we all have heard about Puducherry. It is very important to note that Puducherry consists of 4 districts, and the 4 districts are, one is Puducherry itself, the second is Mahe, Yanam and Karaikal. However, as you can see on the map on the right hand side, these 4 areas are not located at one place. They are located in different places. Like you can see over here, Puducherry and Karaikal, they are located in the state of Tamil Nadu. Mahe is located in the state of Kerala, and Yanam is located in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Clear? So they are not located at one place, they are scattered. And if anyone will ask you, what are the 4 districts or the 4 parts of Puducherry, you should remember these 4 names. Clear? So you can see over here that Puducherry district is an enclave of Tamil Nadu. Over here you can see this is Tamil Nadu. Clear? And then Mahe also is an enclave of Kerala. This is Mahe, and this is the state of Kerala. Clear? Yanam is an enclave of Andhra Pradesh over here. Clear? And then Karaikal district is an enclave of Tamil Nadu, again over here in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now you have heard about a new word over here, enclave. Now what does enclave mean? Enclave simply means an area which is surrounded totally by a different state. Clear? We call that area as enclave. Like see over here, in the case of all these 4 cases, you can see the places are completely surrounded by, in the case of Mahe, it is completely surrounded by the state of Kerala. In the state of Karaikal and Puducherry, completely surrounded by the state of Tamil Nadu, and in the case of Yanam, completely surrounded by the state of Andhra Pradesh. That is why they are referred to as enclaves. And one very important fact over here, that all these areas are coastal areas. You can see that they are all in the coastal areas. Clear? So these four areas are the coastal areas. So these are the important facts about Puducherry. So we have seen the differences between state and union territories, and also the reasons why union territories are formed. So if you have liked this video, if you want to watch more of such videos, please do subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. And so that's all for today, and I'll be meeting you in the next lecture, next video with some new and interesting topics. So till then, take care. Goodbye.